John, this has been a very difficult spring in terms of managing emotions. Just when you think that maybe you've got a hold on everything that's going on, there seems to be another stressor coming at us from this very interesting time in the world. So, we are going to call in a little bit of help today.
Bring in the right hander. There we go. Yeah. We need her big time. Amy Hashke. She's a licensed individual, couple, and family therapist. She joins us now. Hi, Amy. Welcome back.
Hi.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
Feels like we're calling you in a little bit more than usual this year. It just seems like one thing after 2020 has started off a new decade and is already the longest decade of my life. Um, Between the quarantines and wanting to, get back to real life, people are worried, they might get
Mhm.
infected, and there's protests happening all around the country. Mental
Mhm.
strain. How am I going
Mhm.
to pay the bills?
Ah,
How the heck
ah.
are like I really don't have major anxiety problems, but I'm like starting to get a little anxious. So the people that actually
Yeah,
have anxiety issues, this is a real big tough hurdle. How are you able to cope with this?
absolutely. It's a really tough time. And normally when we're feeling stress and strain, our inclination is to distract or try to detach, to decompress. Unique circumstances where I think we actually need to do the opposite. Um,
Hmm.
the worst thing to do right now is to remain passive or inactive because that actually fuels feelings of helplessness and increases anxiety levels. So, this is really a time right now for us to collectively lean in. And that starts with us as individuals, right? So, we're asking ourselves, what is my responsibility based on these issues? Um, how can I create a safe work environment for myself and others?
Mhm.
How can I educate myself and my children on what the protests mean and how to deal with systemic racism? What is my part? Do I need to volunteer? Get involved with a campaign? So I think the best thing to do right now is to lean in to find out what your part is, and to do that together can decrease stress, I think, with time. But this is not certainly a formulaic approach to decreasing anxiety.
Finding purpose is what you're saying, no doubt.
Yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
kind of taking a look at things and going, "Hey, how can I help?" It's a little challenging, Amy, because part of the whole response to this, in order to keep ourselves safe, is to withdraw, and it's
Hmm.
really challenging to interact with other people. Let's talk. You mentioned the workplace a little bit. As many
Hmm.
people have gone back into the workplace or are going back into the workplace, one thing that I was warned about from a friend who is back in the office is that don't expect everyone's going to be on the same page. People have different feelings about being there.
Hmm.
Any advice about returning to the workplace?
Yes. And speaking, I think, primarily to employers to start who are also going back to work in an unprecedented time, and without a manual, so to speak, in terms of going forward. I think we need to keep in mind that this is not a one size fits all approach. We can throw policies out there and procedures because that's just something that we have to do. But I think employers really need to seek to understand the individual circumstances of their employees. We don't know how crisis has impacted their lives over the
Yeah.
past several months in particular. So if you're seeing signs of just an employee having a difficult time, and if you need to have a focused conversation with them, I think they need to be given the benefit of the doubt and really just to seek understanding and to have empathy and to work towards solutions that pertain to that individual, to help them succeed and to help the organization succeed as a whole.
No question. Let's talk. Speaking of organizations, to get back to the family organization for a second, the kids have been through the ringer as well. They get
Mhm.
ripped out of school a little early. Everything's different. You're
Yeah.
seeing your parents are so stressed out. They're working from home. Why aren't they paying
Mhm.
attention to me? Why are they on the computer all day? How do we help our kids and shepherd them through this mess too?
Mhm. I think parents need to do their best to model good stress management. Now, as a parent myself, I can tell you that is much easier said than done. But kids, I always say kids are resilient, and they want to know that they're safe, but I think they also want to understand what's going on. So I think our kids deserve the truth. Um,
Mm,
and the truth given to them now will help them build a future for this new normal and to understand what they need to do to be good citizens of society and just to move forward with these new circumstances. So create a safe space for them to experience their emotions
Mhm.
And also in the middle of stress, it's still important to find pockets of time where you're engaging in, some sense of fun activities for kids. Let them still be kids this summer if at all possible.
Yeah.
Of course, that's going to look very different for every family depending on your circumstances.
No question.
Yeah, indeed. Amy, thank you so much. It's been challenging, but you have a really great perspective on this, and I don't know why, but I just think we all should take a big exhale right now.
An exhale, meditation, a little more yoga in our lives would do some good. Yeah.
Absolutely. I find it works a little better than alcohol. It's probably a little more helpful as well. Yeah, exactly. It's not, the other one's not really helping.
Doesn't hurt you later either.
Amy, great having you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, if you want to find out more about Amy Hashke, she is fantastic, by the way. You can reach out to her. Her website is shrinkinthecity.com. I love that address.
Isn't
her
that
number
cute?
is also right there on your screen. We thank Amy so much for joining us again today.